So, how many plates y'all had for Thanksgiving? Back to back, be honest.
Honestly, one. I was pissed off about it
Yeah,
too.
me
My
too.
grandma
I'm a lightweight when it comes to eating.
She was robbing us with the portions. Like I felt like, you know how when you go to a baby shower they be stingy with the food. My grandma made like half of what she usually would make.
She cooked half of a turkey.
Pissed, bro.
Man, I went to 3 Thanksgivings, had 2 plates, and 2 of them were Haitian, 1 was Jamaican. And I learned one thing. When you can spot a Jamaican in a Haitian household very quickly.
1000%.
Because when you go to like a Haitian, like any Haitian event of any occasion, all the Haitian men are going to be wearing like some form of loafers. Some form. And what the fuck is a Jamaican wearing? Sneakers.
Yo.
Everywhere.
Clarks.
That's if they really want to be fancy.
Clark's in a button down with the chest out.
I feel like Jamaican men share jeans with their girlfriends.
All right.
Can we be honest? Though?
So
You can't
tight.
come for my Haitian
It's so
brethren
tight.
and not for me to fire back.
Bro, Haitian men be wearing pants that's like minimum 25 inches length. Minimum. Nothing more than what? 25 inches.
Okay, here's the real question. What time did y'all eat?
I went to my homeboy's house. I ate at around like 5, 6.
That's early.
Yeah, it is early.
I had dinner at 2, then I had dinner at 8.
See, y'all need to come to
I
some
missed
black
this shit. I was
culture.
supposed to go to his house, but
We was
you know
eating
black
12:30,
people.
1
It started
o'clock.
with just let's just eat, and then it's like they started playing Uno and dominoes, and
Yeah.
then it's like let's watch a movie together. I'm like, fam,
Nah,
I
we
got
was
places
watching
to
football.
go.
Here's why
watching
I'm
football.
scared of like American Thanksgivings, because y'all just like a lot of y'all don't believe in rice. y'all love pork. Like
Yeah,
y'all
we
love the
don't-
ham hocks, the collard greens, and
Greens is a necessity.
I'm not a big fan of the collard greens. The stuffing though, stuffing macaroni
callaloo.
cheese.
That's
Stuffing,
Oh,
throw it out.
You're no longer Jamaican, though. What do you know about callaloo?
callaloo is like the number one of the most favorite island dishes.
Okay. All right.
Do you enjoy Thanksgiving for the meats, the sides, or the desserts? I asked this on my close friends.
The meats pause.
The meats, pause, and the desserts for sure.
Definitely the desserts.
No, there's almost a fight at my house because my cousin Brianna was like, "Wait, there was cheesecake."
She got a panic attack.
We didn't have apple pie this year. I almost flipped the table. I was hot.
Imagine
There
being
was
mad
no
at your
apple
family
pie.
after taking the whole day to cook. There's no fucking cheesecake. I can see a white boy doing that shit. I'm about to kill her. Yo, relax.
Take your mayo and get the fuck out of here.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and introduce the show, man. It feels good to be back, baby.
You should.
Know what I mean?
You should.
Welcome to another episode of
These Are the Aesthetics.
I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. Stop Using My Name as a Flex, a.k.a. Stop Pushing My Buttons, I'm Petty, a.k.a. That baby should have been mine, though, in hindsight.
That is the most toxic shit you can tell.
In hindsight.
In hindsight,
Some girls make pretty babies, eh?
hey, you got the money. Shit.
Oh, man.
I go by the name of Gary, aka in Gary We Trust, aka I put that shit on more than occasionally, aka my work always speak louder than everybody's words.
Okay.
Come on.
We have a very, very special guest in the building, referred to by a good friend of mine. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
we got T Swift in the building. Go ahead and
What's up,
introduce
what's up?
yourself.
T Swift, aka Miss Put That Shit On,
Okay.
Ooh.
aka My Name Speaks for Itself, aka just follow me on Instagram.
And you also you have
Oh
a
yeah,
brand.
I do have a brand For the Culture. You can follow that at fortheculture.tv.
And since there's a variation now and people get offended,
Right.
do you have a regular clothing brand that you are aiming at the streetwear level, or you going high fashion with it?
I keep it streetwear / coziness.
Okay.
Kind of that it just fits what I wear on a day to day. So
Okay, I like that.
starting to get into some graphic tees a little bit. I know that's popular. And then we just right now it's winter, so we're doing all cozy sets right now. Everything
Shoot,
cozy.
shoot. Yeah, I've been hearing your name a lot for the past couple of years because you were very popular in Boynton.
Former
I hope
athlete,
for
right?
good things.
For good things, for good
He was
things.
breaking bitches' ankles, I heard. I mean.
Shout out to whoever said all that. I love y'all.
All right. So before, obviously we haven't seen each other. Well, not seen each other, but we haven't recorded for the last 2 weeks. We did have our live show, our first live show on my birthday. You were there.
I was.
Before we give a recap on how our experience was, as somebody that was part of the audience, and that might have been the first time you get to experience us.
Yeah.
How did you feel, and do you have any? You could give us good and bad criticism.
Yeah. It was definitely a vibe. I will say that.
Okay.
DJ, I'm all for DJ setting the tone, and he was playing that shit.
He was fucking it up.
Shout out to
Playing that
Slim.
shit.
Shout out to Slim. Shout out to Slim.
I'm not even gonna lie. I came into the building ready to attack Gary.
Definitely want some smoke.
Only because he had did an episode with Trench Talk and he was like trash talking the toasty dunks that had came out. So
Okay.
I purposely wore
Wore them
them.
I ain't gonna lie, like she was in the. I was giving my dad, so like, yo, congrats, Gary, I'm proud of you. I see Taylor in the cut, like,
Yeah,
so
look
I
at
heard
you.
you say something about the toasty dunk.
Yeah, I was, cause I had swiped up. I'm telling all them boys, I'm like, what is wrong with this man? Said I'm coming for his head. But
You know what? To defend my guy, right? Because that's my guy right here.
yeah,
Oh, finally.
There's a lot. He's stupid. There's a lot of shoes that just don't look good on men. So
Yeah.
it's like when we see it, we picturing it in our male brain.
Right,
How would
right.
we pull this off?
Yeah.
But girls with the smaller feet and
Right.
the different, variations and the plethora of options you guys can have.
Right.
To wear shit with, it's different. So
yeah. So I definitely came in attack mode for Gary, but
Man, them shit's trash. I'm joking.
yeah, you should have worn
No, but it
and
was-
put your feet on the table.
No, she came in with the heat.
I
She
should've.
came with the heat.
But it definitely was a vibe. It was a few comments between men and women that I just was kind of like, y'all some idiots.
Oh, I can vouch.
Which is why Twan ended up bringing the mic. I was like, please get the mic. Like, I was getting pissed off. I was
Get
like,
the
there's
strap.
no way y'all think like this. But overall, it was a very dope event. If y'all ever do it again, like, definitely want to be there. Definitely want to be there.
All right. What was your experience like, Gary? Give us some of your highlights and what you took away from the live show.
Yeah, the live show. First, I'd like to say I'm very thankful for everyone to come in. It was a good turnout. Like, besides being called pussy whip for an hour, like, besides that, yeah, like it was good. I'm really being at the live show. You can see all the people that really support you on the
Right.
week-to-week basis. The only thing I want to like ask people, and that should have been my fault.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell people, like, I wanted to just be as transparent as you can because everyone wanted to sound like the cool nigga that
Right,
day. 'Cause
right.
I'm the one, I'm standing 10 toes down on everything I believe, but then all I hear is that, oh, what do you bring to the table? Good dick, nigga. Like, you are not telling that to a female on the first date.
But the crazy thing is some niggas that really do.
That is true. And then that could have been Snapper's, like, shout out to Snapper. That could have been his real mental at the moment.
That could be his introduction.
Bro, there's people giving me relationship advice I didn't ask for.
And your girl was in the.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend was definitely in
Yeah.
the. When Twan asked me, he was like, "Oh, yo, Gary, your girl here." I'm like, "No shit." Who you think was looking at me the whole time?
Oh my god.
So like, but then again, like, I want to say I appreciate everyone, but I want everyone next time in the next live show just leave the cap at the house. All right. That's all.
Definitely.
To double down on what Gary said, that it was a great experience.
For sure.
Again, I salute Gary for taking the heat because, like, I think Gary took the podcast serious in a professional standpoint. Like, he
Everybody
wanted
was
to give
just-
honest takes. And I'm like, yo, I'm giving people a sample size on how much shit we talk on
Right.
a daily. Like, I'm coming out there to fuck around and just
Right.
to press him like we doing a roast section.
Right.
And he's out there like, I believe that Obama should run for. I'm like, yo, like, talk shit, lie, give it up. Just say some wild shit so we can have the audience react,
boys is at
so we
your
can make
head,
a
too.
good show. And you know what? But in the midst of that, I salute him for staying in the paint and being, a true sport.
And I wanted to be as mature in the bullshit as possible because the one time where I did get serious, the room got quiet. I know the pussies was drying, quote unquote. Because like the first thing, like I said, like so I told everyone, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the very few niggas in here that actually claim they woman. Crickets.
Oh, I mean, you already know that. Like, half of them niggas in there in the crowd, I know who they fucking with. Like, I know they sneaky links or who they not claiming, who they did not bring to the show and shit.
Women say, oh, men and women can be friends. Meanwhile, y'all the first to, like, change y'all Instagram name when you're in a relationship because you don't even want to be found. So
Add them initials in the bio.
Exactly.
So I just leave the cap at the house.
Yeah, but I had a great time. This whole year, like, last year on my birthday, I kind of made a promise to myself. I told myself that this year was going to be my year of execution, and I started learning about this concept called proof of concept.
Right.
So I wanted to go after something that I wanted, that I've seen other people made happen, and just made it happen.
Right.
And we just collaborated together and just got a group of people that was there that really showed us love.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know we was going to get that many people to come out.
Yeah.
Because on the Eventbrite link, it said only 67 tickets were sold, and then we ended up having like 122 people. I'm like, okay,
I
like,
actually
that's love.
didn't know about it. I seen Chris. Chris posted it on his story, and I was like, "This the move tonight?" He was like, "Yeah, you better be there." And then I beat him there. So I was just like,
Yeah, that's love.
I'm like, bro, where you at? You invited me. You ain't here.
Oh yeah, and one advice I want to give to Cheech, I'm hiring the door girl.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I'm hiring the door girl.
You could do that. I mean, we both got robbed, so it's all good.
Fam, like I thought someone was gonna be the door girl. Next time I look to my left, she in VIP.
Yeah. I mean, it was it was our first experience.
Right.
So there's a lot we can learn from this moving forward. And we kind of we had 3 weeks to set this up. If we're doing this again, like, I hope we have at least 2 months for marketing and just hiring the right people.
Right.
And
Just know we're gonna have the stems the next one.
yeah,
we're gonna have the stems.
But you know what? Overall, it was dope.
Definitely,
I was like,
definitely.
honestly, that was probably one of the best birthday gifts I ever got. Like, people coming out. I don't give a fuck
Right.
about gifts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but that shit was dope. And I appreciated everyone that, even if you felt offended, the fact that we got a reaction out of you was enough for me. Because I was looking at everyone's faces and the
King of the
girls.
mess. King of the mess.
And you know what my favorite part of the show? When girls crossed their arms, I was just, yes.
Live
And shout out to Terrence for keeping it real. One of the very few people that kept it real.
That's
day.
Drewski. Yeah, he could look like Drewski.
Apparently he's the Palm Beach Drewski now after the live
He
show.
definitely looks like Drewski.
All right, let's get this shit on the road.
Yeah, man. So first, starting with some like fashion takes. I want to get into some like quick little fashion news that's been going on throughout the weeks. Obviously, we've all been aware of Sunday was a devastating day, and not even just fashion, just our culture in general.
Mm-hmm.
We lost the great Virgil Abloh, and so when I found out that like Virgil passed away on a Sunday, one of the homies called me. He was like, "Yo, bro, Virgil just died." I'm like, "Nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga, you lying."
Yeah.
Then I go on Instagram, I see it just literally all over, and I'm like, I literally couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't crying, or I was just stuck. I'm
It was
like,
just abrupt.
Yeah.
it's kind of like that same feeling when Chadwick Boseman passed away, where it's like, the fuck is this? Did this nigga die? That's the
Yeah.
first thing that came to my mind. This nigga died, and he did. So I just want everyone to know like Virgil was, even though he's a menswear designer, but he was a lot more. He was an innovator. He was a creator. And he's one of the very few people that made people realize that whatever you inspire to be, you can make it past that.
Right.
And he was literally a general form of black excellence and a gatekeeper. Like,
Yeah.
he's literally the reason why, like, all the little niggas that you see on Instagram, why they have a platform is because Virgil.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if y'all realize that Virgil, he was like a streetwear designer. He had Pyrex, Off-White, Bentrill. He had then he became creative designer of like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And literally Virgil, so much shit I want to say, like with Virgil, we have to literally like sit down and think like, this man put skateboards in Louis Vuitton.
That's true.
can you guys like really like resonate that? How skateboarders used to be looked at as like the peons, the annoying ass people, the sloppy, snotty nosed kids, dangerous kids, like scumbags. How skateboards are looked at. And he had skateboards in Louis Vuitton, had black models in Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know when's the next time we're gonna have like a gatekeeper, but yeah, bro, like I was just still shocked by that shit. So how you guys feel?
And just seeing the amount of influence he had on the Jerry Lorenzo, Sean Witherspoons, Kanye, all of those guys, Supreme. Like he had his hand in mentorship, innovation, all of that with a lot of different people. So I was kind of sad about it. One, because I own Off-Whites, and then two, it's just like just to have a black man in a position of power like that in his industry. It was definitely hard for me and some of my friends as well.
For sure.
For me, Virgil was a creator, a disruptor, innovator, just an all-around people person. And before him, one thing I always admired about Virgil, and that's something that's skipping by a lot of people, is he showed us to look at the inner beauty of things. When I looked at the first Off-White, I'm like, yeah, MJ was MJ, and the shoe is iconic. Yeah. Like, he stripped the shoe of, like, all the dope shit, and he gave you the raw version of something. And I felt like that was beautiful, showing something in its truest form, in its raw form. And he's just showing you, like, that's why all the shoes, like, even with the tags, like, being on the side, everything intentional, it doesn't look like a finished product. And I felt like he was just somebody obsessed with the process of things. Yeah. And he saw the beauty in something before the completion of it. And I thought that was dope. And to have a black man pass and no nasty headlines, that was dope.
Yeah. That's
I'm grateful that he lived gracefully. I'm grateful that he did not overdose on anything. I'm grateful that he kept his life private. And I'm grateful for the people that he put on. And it says a lot when every major fashion house in the world
respects you,
paid their respect to a 41-year-old black kid that just, like, at the height of his success passed. It kind of puts him in the caliber of people like the Tupacs and the Biggies. It's like the influence you have for the last 5 years in fashion alone is gonna, like, literally, people are gonna steal your ideas, because even when he was popping, Vans bit off of him. Like, so, like, Nike started, the deconstructed shoe.
The 10,
The 10, like, his ideas were just stolen and replicated so much. And
designing Richard Millie's like where does the range, like, there's so much range with this guy, bro.
And like you said, he's much more than a designer. He was just an interior designer. He liked furniture, just like Kanye. It was just like he was an all-around, like, innovator. And yeah, man, this is very sad news for all the creatives. Yep. And I just hope that whoever they have, coming in, that person has a lot of shoes to fill. Because,
man, there's some people in the industry, like I said, like the Instagram dudes that y'all probably know of, like the Bloody Osiris's, the Bloody Dior, Luca Sabat, Evan Mock. You have Kerwin Frost. Like, Virgil is that one of the only few people where he can be having dinner with Ralph Lauren himself, then will be in a New York, like, freaking basement party the same day. Yeah. Like, I don't know how, but, like, Virgil literally had his hands everywhere. Like, he was even into brands, even in Miami. Like, he was known for wearing Stray Rats and Andrew, and it's just crazy. And I'm gonna be honest, we all had our words about Virgil. Like, has Virgil been squeaky clean in the media his whole life? No, he's done some things that I just didn't agree with. Like, I wasn't a fan of him promoting, like, black men wearing dresses. That was just my personal take. And of course, the internet, like, freaking was, like, shitting on him for the 50 cents thing.
The $50 donation. The $50 donation. To the Black Lives Matter thing, yeah.
Yeah, like, even though, like, yes, Virgil wasn't the dude to be walking. He wasn't the dude to be, like, walking in, like, the Black Lives Matter protest, but he's one thing about him, he did, like, give back to his community that probably ways that people didn't realize. Like, when I went to the Off-White store in Miami, all I saw was black people working there. He knew how to give black people more opportunities. So I don't know when's the next time we're going to get a gatekeeper that really cared about our community. And another thing about Virgil, this man really blurred the lines between streetwear and high-end fashion.
That's true. And one last thing I gotta say, I know people might kill me for this. Do you know how hard it is to make it in high fashion being black? Not only black, but not being gay. I don't think people think like that. Like most of your high-end designers,
Wow, yeah.
the Tom Fords, the Karl Lagerfelds, like, no disrespect,
Right.
but these are homosexual men. The fact that he was able to remain himself, had his tied to the streets, meaning like the street artists, the street kids that like fashion, and still get to hang with the big dogs and bridge that gap is just beautiful.
Fam, he put
So,
Chief
salute.
Keef in the museum.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And
And he designed a couple album covers that people don't even know about.
And right before we leave, Virgil, man, one thing I just didn't like. People even asked me, "Oh, Gary, how come you're not posting about Virgil? I know that was your man's and stuff." But like grieving is different for everybody.
Correct.
Just one thing I just naturally just don't understand how everyone was like grieving is just. I just saw, I put on my Instagram, I saw a little bit more flexing than grieving. Like I understand that like Virgil passed, you want to show like what he's known for, but at the end of the day, I just felt like niggas was wiping their tears with off-white shoes and like selling like, oh, hey, I'm mad that Virgil cried, but bro, I have these $10,000 off-white shoes that he made, but he's like, they're kind of like flexing in a way.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird. And like, I don't know about how y'all, but like when you lose someone close to you, the last thing I'm thinking about is going on fucking social media. Like,
I'll never understand why people do that. They did the same thing with Kobe. Kobe passed away. Next thing you know, you get on StockX, his prontos are $1,500.
And
Like, what do y'all get out of that?
And that's my beef. And it's like, if we plan on spreading his legacy, don't we want as many people
Correct.
to have
be accessible
his
to
stuff?
it. Yeah.
Like making his stuff more exclusive is only like limiting his legacy and his imprint in the fashion community.
do you know how sick I look? I'm like, oh my God, my homie just passed. Let me just write this full paragraph and let me go into my archive and look for every single picture he was in my album. And then you post it. I'm like, fam, you look like kind of a weirdo. And damn, we really been gone for a minute because Young Dolph passed.
Yeah.
That's true.
Young Dolph passed, and freaking, we knew Key Glock was going through it because all we heard from Key Glock, he put on his story and all black saying, hey, yo, y'all stop calling me.
True.
I don't know. Niggas was acting weird on social media.
We're gonna explore more about Young Dolph later, but what I do want to say is, if you didn't know he was battling cancer, you were not in the close friends.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the niggas that know him knew
Yeah,
that,
knew.
and they kept
Yeah.
that in the tuck.
Yeah.
So all these people that's acting shocked or try to post pictures of him, like, did you run into him and ask for a picture? Did you know him, or were you his friend?
Right.
So
Right.
I just, we have to kind of draw the line somewhere, because there's a lot of people that would be chasing clout on the dead, and that's sickening.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
You should. And
That's it for me on that.
it's a fact. The only thing else in like fashion news is that the Cool Grey 11s. I know I struck a nerve for a couple people because I was one of the very few people to get exclusive access.
I never had that shoe.
F sneakers, right? Nike, can I please get my 80% win rate that you promised in your last meeting?
Oh,
Thank you.
fam. But yeah, the Cool Grey 11s did drop. I know they're still scheduled to release, I believe, December 11th. Yeah. So like, I love the Cool Grey. It's one of my favorite sneakers because that's one of the shoes that got me into fashion. And we all know with the Jordan 11, even if you're not a sneaker, you know when a Jordan 11 is hitting stores.
Definitely.
Everybody and their mama outside the malls and all the freaking stores and shit. So I really want to ask y'all real quick, like, how do you guys feel about the Jordan 11 in general?
Honestly, it's one of my favorites. I wouldn't say top 3 for me personally, but like for instance, my dad, he grew up wearing them, hooping in them. So to see them re-release, I know I got them like the Breads last year, and then the Concord. I have the Concord. So the Cool Greys for me is the icing on the cake. I don't want the Space Jams. I don't want the 25-year anniversary. I just need the Cool Greys, and that's my big 3. So.
No BS colors.
Right, right.
For me, I never personally had that shoe, but I feel like 11s and 3s were one of those rundown shoes in high school for me. Like, everybody wanted them. Everybody like had them, or they made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
It got to a point where, you ever felt like you want something so bad that when you never got a chance to get it, and you like, all right, if I ever get it in life, I'm cool, but I'm not pressed about it.
Yeah.
So I just want to have it just to have it in the collection, but it's just it's overrated for me at this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of those shoes once they drop, man, the clubs are just filled with them for the next few months.
That's the Christmas shoe. Even though it's not the Christmas release shoe.
And that's the family pack shoe. That's like the mom is gonna have it, the dad, the kids, the baby.
If they're able to at this point. Back in the day, it was more like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna have them. But nowadays, it's like, damn, are like the bots gonna get all of them, or is everyone gonna actually be wearing them? Unless you're gonna pay resale.
But my thing is like, that's gonna be the family picture shoe. Like you're gonna see that shit. You're gonna see niggas in the like family photos, everybody 11'd up with the cowboy. Fam, like
But if you haven't noticed over the last 3-4 years, 11s have been the Christmas shoe.
True.
So you had the Concords, everybody and their mama got them. Then you got the Breads that came out, everybody and them. So it's a cycle.
Yeah, bro. For now, I'm good on 11s. I'm straight.
Me working at Foot Action for 4 years, I can have my fair share of Jordan 11 stories. Bro, hood niggas, bro.
Love them.
Fam. Because they were usually released on a Saturday. You can be in the club the night before. The club closes at 4 o'clock in the morning. Them hood niggas gonna be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. And like, waiting with just a tank top on, big ass shorts, slides with no socks.
Just to go to Cream and find a perfect to find a matching T-shirt. Shout out to Cream.
Shout out to Cream, dog.
I feel like, okay, cool. We gonna have to talk about Cream another day. But yo, stop wearing these mannequin fits, dog. Like, nigga got gray jeans, cool grays, a gray shirt that says Fly Society on it. Like, man,
or what they doing now, they're starting to go back to wearing jerseys. Everybody wearing jerseys. Everybody wearing jerseys.
Like, and I'm really praying, like, fam, no grown man should be asking for the matching socks for the shoe.
We didn't even talk about the matching hats.
Oh my God.
And yo, y'all old niggas needs to stop with the snapbacks. The snapbacks is
fam,
you should be thrown in jail. Did you just get out of jail? Like, fam, come on.
Fam, and what makes me more upset is niggas that wear snapbacks and don't have it in the right size. Like, fam, bend the brim a little bit. Take the sticker off the brim.
Oh, that's one thing they're never gonna do.
He's looking like Flavor Flav.
Never gonna do.
Fam,
shirt iron as fuck, and he swear you killing shit.
Bro, I swear to God, or the big cargo shorts, like, fam. All right, dog, you got it. All right, so let me just ask the room this question. That's the question I feel like a lot of people just roll over, they don't think about. Mm-hmm. But I just like to kind of gauge the energy, especially when we have somebody new.
Right.
How important is a sense of style to you, or like a good, solid wardrobe to you?
High school, college Tay, it was everything.
Okay.
Now, having a sense of style, I don't really care for it.
Okay. That's honest.
I'm one of those people who just like to be comfortable. I've never been one of those people who have been like super into fashion. Mm-hmm. It's just I know how to piece it together. Okay. So having a sense of style right now, it's kind of up and down. Like from a business standpoint, I have to have it. Okay. But from like just individuality, if I could wear sweatpants and a hoodie every day, that's style to me.
Mm-hmm. You just got to that level of comfort, like
yeah. And I rotate the shoes out.
Okay.
So.
And before Gary goes, I think that's my assessment of you so far. I feel like you one of those people. The fact that niggas know you got the shoe or you got it is enough for you. Because there's some sneakerheads that are like that. Nigga, you know what's up. Like, I'm pretty sure Clark Kent and Fat Joe is walking around like, fam, do I really have to wear my shit? Right. Or do you know I got it?
You know I got it.
Yeah.
And you know I got it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I think like that's probably where you at mentally. But go ahead, Gary.
So like, how important is the sense of style like to me?
Mm-hmm. Or like a solid wardrobe.
A solid wardrobe. I think, well, I get teased about it a lot, but everyone calls me like the hype beast everywhere I go because I just naturally just like to wear like, I like to wear the shit that everyone is like desires, I guess, anyway. But I remember like when I was younger, I'm like, yo, I really need that new piece that everybody wants, this and that. But as I get older, it's like, I'll rock that shit if I like it. Because there's a certain point in my life where I was wearing shit and buying shit just because I know other people would like it. Right. But as I get older, like a sense of style, like I do like exclusivity for sure.
Right.
Now I'm a little bit more like I'm into like my go-tos and shit is like vintage jeans, shorts, and the kicks. Like obviously I like try to like elevate my shit, but like a sense of like style and like a solid wardrobe is always important to me no matter where I go. Because especially with me now, niggas like, oh Gary, I'm known as the sneaker guy. Even when I go to Chipotle, I gotta look halfway decent every time.
Easy slides.
Easy slide. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta
Exactly.
represent. For me, I always thought about it like, I feel like a good sense of style is like an extension of your personality. It's like if you goofy, you're gonna wear the funny T-shirts. Like
Right.
if you preppy or you just like my brother, if he could wear a suit everywhere, like he would wear a suit everywhere. Because that's him. Like, you
Right.
feel me? And
Haitians love them loafers,
but
man.
like when it comes to style, like there's a quote that I always like think about. Tom Ford said, it's like he says, he said, dressing well is a form of good manners. And in the black community, they tell you dress how you want to be addressed.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
even if you're not killing it, you're not out here trying to be the freshest person on the block. But fam, can you at least wear something clean that fits you well?
Presentable.
Yeah.
Presentable, so you could be, you could present yourself to the world. Because first impression is important. Like,
Definitely. Now, I will say this. I put it on when I know I'm going somewhere.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm casually going somewhere, a basketball game, somewhere that I know it's not too much, I'll be comfortable. But if I know I'm going somewhere, like for instance, when I came to y'all live show, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta step.
Yeah.
I think she's the female version of me, because Gary know me. I'll come with
Black
my
t-shirts,
black t-shirt,
sweatshorts, and Nike slides, and then Cheech gonna be that nigga in the room. I'm flying to everybody in here. I don't want to ask them before we leave like the fashion segments. What's everyone got on their feet, pretty much?
Well, let's start with our guest. She came out here,
Came out here
stepping on
swinging.
necks.
Yeah, she came out here
I
swinging.
got on the Travis Scott, the low ones. One of my favorites in my closet right now. So
Did you get those for retail?
And you got the original
I got
ones.
them, yes.
The brown
I
ones.
got them for a birthday gift, so
Okay.
I didn't
So you don't
actually
go fuck
spend my
out-
money.
Oh, okay, you lucky.
I got a few gems where I didn't have to buy them myself, so.
That must be nice.
Must be nice
say-
being a girl.
I would say top 5 right now in my closet.
Okay.
And what about you, Gary? What you got on?
You know me, man. I got you. You got the Union
Something
Jordan
light,
ones.
eh?
You know, something like the Union Jordan ones. Black design. Make that out there. Union is a black brand. I love Union. Yeah, just love these shoes. I get compliments on it everywhere I go, and I just love the vintage look of them.
I got on the wash orange Yeezy 700s. Surprisingly, I got these off Flight Club for $258. Retail is $250. I don't know why, but people sleep on those. But I think they're the Wave Runners just with an orange midsole.
Yeah.
And I kind of like sleeper picks like that, because I'll go somewhere like the sneaker people sleep on. I'll sometimes get it so I could show you what you're missing out on.
Right.
And that's something I picked up from Fab, because
Yeah.
for the longest, when I was following the rapper Fabulous, like I would go on his Instagram, like a Jordan I would dub. I'm like, damn, like that nigga just
He pieced it together.
He pieced it together
Yeah.
well. So like that's been like I see shoes like this as a challenge.
Right.
Like it makes me a little bit more creative when it comes to putting something together. But deriving from your sense of style, right? What's your go-to outfit? Let's say you just wake up, you don't got time to really like fuck them up like that. What's your go-to outfit like?
Definitely sweatpants
Okay.
that are tight around the ankle.
Okay.
I do pull
you
them
running
up.
from the cops? What the fuck?
You gotta be on the go.
I do pull them up a little bit because now showing the socks is a trend.
That
so,
is a trend.
I
Shout
try
out to Chris Paul. I know he started.
Oh yeah,
he don't get enough credit
He's
for
a
that
veteran.
shit.
Yeah, he probably did. He start that shit?
I
I
think so.
believe
In the
so,
NBA,
yeah.
at least. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say around the world before niggas jump on.
So there's gonna be that tall nigga. Man, I had no choice to do that shit.
But definitely that. Probably one of my logo tees and a hoodie, and I'm out. Throw my hair in a bun, and depending on the color of the sweatpants, I just grab a pair of shoes and I'm out. Usually Crocs, but if I have to put on sneakers, it's probably either these, the Travis Scott SBs, or Yeah, that's probably it. Those my go-to, like just get out the house shoes.
Oh shit.
Okay. And what about you, Gary?
Me, I think everybody knows vintage tee, shorts, most likely Nike, plain white socks, and a pair of J's. That's just my wave right now. At the moment.
For me, it's always a black tee. Fresh black tee.
You and Terrence, man, love them corner store tees. Though.
I love those, and what I've been falling in love with is the Nordstrom black tees from BP, like the boxy ones. When I don't have to like, I like when that shit just falls on me.
Right.
Like, bitch, I just slipped into this.
When you go to Howley's in the back,
Gray sweatpants from H&M, because y'all still got. I like the gray shorts from H&M. It could be like any color, realistically. I like the gray ones because if I want to wear some, I like wearing black because it's like I could just throw anything. I could wear my bread fours. I could wear slides. I could be barefoot. And my to-go lately, as far as like shoes, it's not even a shoe. It's my Yeezy slides. Like I throw them bitches in. It's like a flex. Like bitch, I got it, but I'm not trying to show you. Like
they're actually pretty affordable right now. Like
really,
they like
I don't have any. I gotta.
You can get a good
StockX.
Yes, definitely. Bro. Don't even get me started on all these sneaker stores, consignment stores. 300, 350, fam. The shoe's 150 on StockX.
It's $50 retail too. Let's not forget.
I'm going Kanye 2022. I'm wearing Adidas all 2022.
I respect that.
Hey man,
that's a challenge. There's gonna be a challenge.
It's a challenge, but it's not that hard because this man comes up with a new silhouette like every month.
True. Well, every week, really.
Damn
like
near.
a new colorway.
Damn near. It ain't that even that hard.
Oh, man. Okay, so.
Headlines.
Something that fucked me up like earlier this week, at the end of last week, was young Dolph's murder, right? And I thought about it, you know, I didn't know how to react because he was so young and I don't know, he was always preaching independence. And at first, like when the news came out, the conspiracy like theories in my head started like going crazy because I'm like, Nipsey was independent, preaching independence against the labels, making independent money, showing other artists the way to get that, and he got killed. We don't know who did it, how. Like they just say, oh, they caught a suspect, but we don't know who sent out a hit because if somebody gets murdered, somebody ordered a hit. Like niggas don't just hate you that much to knowing that's your block, pull up on you and try to kill you for no fucking reasons. If somebody's trying to rob you and it goes wrong, that's different. But that kind of brought me to that place with the young Dolph shit because he was supporting a local business and he was picking up cookies for his mom. I had mixed feelings because one, I'm like, fam, you're a superstar, right? Not to be morbid, not to be insensitive. You're a superstar. You pulling up in the hood with a nice Corvette that's noticeable. Right. Even if people fuck with you, that's your hood, but it's like there's people that are starving out here. Like they looking at you no matter who you are, how nice you are, as a meal ticket. And I begin to kind of think about reasons why niggas don't want to leave the hood. It's like you get these people like Lil Baby, like fam, you have like you've made it. You could move to LA, you could move to Wyoming, like we seen Kanye do. You could literally go to New York, go somewhere where you protected and you don't have to look over your shoulders because it's like the same people that could be supporting you could also be looking forward to see your downfall. And you know, I thought about a few reasons why people don't want to leave the hood. I'm like, damn, maybe, you know, a lot of dudes might feel like, okay, that's where my protection is at. A lot of people might be like, yeah, if I leave, my family is still there. I'm gonna have to come back anyway. A lot of people might be like, okay, cool, I want to be an inspiration to the youth, or I want to flex. You get what I'm saying? Some niggas just get money to go to the club and show you they got money and stand on the couches and buy sections. Right. And, you know, some dudes are afraid to leave because that might turn into a beef. Like, oh, you think you better than us? Like, you gonna make some money and you change? And I'm like, damn, like when can we kind of like grow from the pressures of our neighborhood? Like, how do you feel about just overall like leaving your hood if you make it? Or are you one of those people that feel like you kind of you can make it where you at and still live where you at after you make it?
That's a good question.
Because that's the conversation that was birthed from that for me.
Just through personal experience, I was one of those people that wanted to make it out.
Okay.
Not saying that I was, one of those people who were tied up in any drama or anything. It's just, it's rare to have those type of opportunities in the community that I live in. So when I got the opportunity to go, I left. But I came back mostly because I'm super family oriented. And I know that I could go anywhere and my face is clean. Growing up, like I said, I wasn't in any type of trouble. I didn't run with the wrong people, so I could go somewhere and they'll either know me or my dad, and that saves me for the most part. So
Yeah, ops is not an issue for you.
right.
Okay. And what about you, Gary? Do you feel like, your success might be a threat in your own city, or do you feel like, you just don't have that type of problem? You could just live here if you made it here?
Oh, I know if I make it, I have to leave. It's like no ifs, ands, or buts. Because like when people come from the same community, especially black people, and we all heard of the crabs in the barrel mentality, they don't want to see you they see you on the blogs and stuff making money, and you come back in the hood. They automatically gonna think you coming back here to show off, nigga. Like niggas see me back in the day. I'm just walking like a regular person in Loft, but they don't want to see me come back years later at Loft with my own section, multiple sections, popping bottles, freaking got beautiful women that they always wanted and shit. So they're just like Boosie says, you surrounded by hatred, and they don't even know you personally. They just know where you came from. The fact that you and me were at the same level at one point, and the fact that you there and I'm not, that's an issue. So you just naturally have to get up out the hood, no matter how good of a neighborhood mine is.
And I think, like, although what I'm about to say sounds toxic, but that's one of my gripes with even women. It's like, even when you try to court a woman, like, she wants to be shown off, it's like, yo, if I'm somebody in the community and I'm working towards something and people know that I love you, that means you're one of my point of weaknesses. That's why I'm not a big fan of showing off my relationship, because it's like, if niggas know what you love, they know what could hurt you if given an opportunity. And I'm not saying all women are irresponsible, but it's like, you guys live in a world where it's like you protected a lot, that men have to be like vigilant, like we have to be sharp everywhere we go. But women with a few drinks and they're out with their friends and they're cute and pretty, they just think like, I'm good here, like
life's
nothing
a playground.
Life's a playground. And it doesn't work like that. When a nigga want to get under your skin and can't get to you, guess what? He's gonna go after family, your kids, or the woman you love. You get what I'm saying? Or just, God forbid, a parent or like a grandparent. So it's kind of crazy, man. Like it's very sad news, but it's like, I just want, like, anybody in that situation, I don't care what you do, whether it's music, fashion, or you just have a business, just put yourself first and just know that nothing works unless you do, and nobody is going to be able to do what you plan on doing with your success when you're gone. People are just going to take what you left behind, divide it up, and move on with their lives. So just kind of be mindful of that.
And what I wanted to add to that too is like a statement I actually want to say. I want it to be the model for the rest of the year and the next. I just want people to shut the fuck up and just process.
Yep.
You don't have to be like Inspector Gadget. You're not like an internet like freaking like FBI. Like no one really knows what happens. Only the people who's like in that circle knows. Like there's been multiple nasty reports saying that Dolph was set up by the people at the cookies place and shit. Like now they're bringing Moneybagg Yo. I guess they had some beef back in the day, and they said,
Yo Gotti too.
And they're saying, like they're just putting their names, and it's just like, fam, we don't know what happened. It just, at the end of the day, it could have just been some niggas that were just hating, and it was actually reported that them dudes was actually tailing Dolph the whole day.
Yeah. And it could have been like some young niggas that's like, damn, this nigga got a nice car. Let's follow him. They might not even know it's young Dolph. Like, they just like, all right, nigga, nice watch, nice car, all right.
Facts. Yeah. So I just want everyone just shut the fuck up and process. And that goes for the same thing about the Virgil situation. Like fam, like we don't got to know about all the hundreds of off-whites you got. Just take a seat back and process what's happening.
Sometimes it's good to shut the fuck up.
You don't have to tell the world that you in pain. We all know everybody in pain.
Ooh, this is the perfect motherfucking segue. All right, you guys, we don't have to stay long on this topic, but you guys seen what happened between the Baby and Dani Leigh? Quickly, we're gonna start with the women first. You give me your take on that whole situation, and let me know how you process that.
He's ruining his career.
Okay.
I stand on that too.
You know how I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who has that family member that run the social media for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he did that in that situation. Whatever you and this woman have going on,
Okay.
leave that between you and this woman. Once you take it to social media, I feel like you being a bitch, bro.
And you're not gonna be the good guy. It's
Like, you got her pregnant, she had your child, and now she's your side chick. But you out posting pictures with this girl, the whole 9 yards, but this is your side chick. And if we're being honest, niggas in our generation ain't doing that. So the fact that you downplayed not only the relationship, but now you're jeopardizing her family situation and putting her information out, I think he was fucked up for that.
okay. I have a
I feel like
a
you
crazy
finna side
take.
with the baby, and I'm gonna throw the mic.
I'm gonna let him go, and I'm gonna give my take at the end.
See, mine is very middle.
Pastor Gary.
Pastor Gary. Mine is very middle grounded, like very middle grounded. So I'm gonna say it simple. If you care to know, then I'll explain. The baby is a goofy.
100%.
Dani Leigh stupid.
100%.
I love it.
100%.
And that's perfect. For me, right? In that specific situation, I blame both Dani Leigh and the baby. Dani Leigh, beautiful girl, great career, but number one, you knew the history with the other baby mamas. Number two, never put your career on hold over a dick in love.
I can't.
And this no, and let me expound. Especially
go on that
without
one.
especially without a ring. It's like women have to graduate to this level. Like, you gotta graduate beyond the words. A nigga can't sit there and fill your head up with beautiful words, things that he could be saying to anybody, and you don't require any actionable items in return. You want me to carry your child and put a hold on my career, to be with you and raise your child and build this life with you? Show me how committed you are. Propose. Marry me. Buy me a house so I could know you serious.
Right.
Don't fall for that, oh, you my girlfriend though, or we both busy and life is crazy right now. Like, fam, there's too many forms of birth control. There's too many ways you guys could have protected both of y'all brands
Right.
for this to happen. And the baby, you look like a goofy. You can't do all this shit with this girl. She's living with you in your house, has your baby, is on the camera as you speak, and claim that she's a side piece. A side piece would not be living with you in your house. Cut the shit. And number two, it's like, you look crazy kicking out
The mother of your fucking
the
child.
mother of
Fam,
your child.
Goofy.
I just feel like he was just starting to turn the corner a little bit from all that crap he caught earlier this year, and then this happened, and he went
honestly,
backwards.
not
But
to shoot
niggas
him any
in Boyan
bell.
love the baby. I don't know why. He's not, a good
Not to
rapper.
shoot him any bell. With everything he went through, him going on social media, he might have thought it was a good idea to protect himself.
No.
Let me expound. The reason being is, if nobody knows what happened, anybody could take the narrative and
Somebody
and,
was in the house though.
I know, but Dani Leigh could have easily came out and said, oh, he was abusive, or what you guys did not catch on camera. Like, I can't be scrutinizing the media over a homosexual comment, and now I'm a woman beater. It's
Right.
like, he could never come back from that. So I think, like, his mindset on cutting that camera on is to record the whole thing, but the mistake he made is you talking. You could have just kept the camera rolling and not say shit.
Right.
And if she hit you or something happened, and you have that as evidence.
Right.
But he was just acting a fool. He was being a goofy. He was posting every 2 minutes like a bitch. It was just horrible. But I feel like they both need some time off away from each other, and if they do decide to work some shit out, put the child in the middle of everything and keep the child as the priority.
He needs to focus on his career because he sucks.
See, like, my further issue too, it's like the baby, it's already identified. He's a goofy. Fam, that's the mother of your child. You still calling her a side chick. The only bail I'll shoot him is that they never publicly said they were together. They were publicly fucking.
But that's
the only thing
nobody's
we can't
business.
confirm.
But that's nobody's business.
One thing we can't confirm, y'all was publicly fucking because y'all was seen in multiple places. She bought your ass a car, this and that, whatever. But one thing I want to tell women, especially the black women, y'all really need to stop treating men like that's your husband and he gives you literally nothing in return. Like, make the nigga go through some prerequisites to actually make you like to start treating him like a husband. You see what I'm getting at? Like, fam, like he's calling you like a side chick, this and that, and all the, even though this shit sounds like very hurtful, of course, but the thing is like in his mind, it's like, fam, I never really claimed you publicly. And the sad part that I heard online, like she says, but you introduced me to your family, this and that. They all
shit.
And that's one of the things that's like, it's a really touchy subject because you know how much family members bring strays? I call them strays in the house.
Yeah, my mom know I get hoes. You not the first person. Like, I'm not speaking for me. I'm just saying, like you don't think like your parents were once young, and some dads would literally encourage it. Like, damn, my boy is out here doing this and doing that. Like, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't work the same for women. Right. But what I am saying is like women again need to require a lot more. You guys need to get More standards. Like, you literally gave up your career and sacrificed your life for 9 months. And what do you get in return?
I'm going to say one thing. And
disappointment.
A bitter baby daddy.
I'm going to say one thing, and I'm going to just leave because it's going to get way deeper than it has to. If you're not in a committed relationship, why you fucking raw?
I agree.
Why you fucking raw?
Niggas is not gonna listen. Niggas is not gonna listen
to you now.
But
it goes for both. It goes for both parties.
Have proof that she's taking birth control.
No.
Bro, it's different. But I'm just saying. I'm still a virgin. I have a lot of growing to do.
This is when you hit the drewski and then you walk away.
Right. Oh man, do we have enough time to touch on Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian, or do you want to just cool?
Yeah, you can Pete.
What's your take on Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian?
I honestly think she just did it because Kourtney has now found love.
That's something I never thought about.
With another white boy with tattoos.
Travis Barker is the shit. Pete is not Travis Barker. But I honestly think she did that because now Kourtney is happy. I'm not into the show as much, but the episodes I did watch, we know Kourtney has been through some shit with her baby daddy.
That's true.
And all of that. So the fact that she is happy, Kim, Chloe, sometimes they can get jealous. Chloe hasn't had a great track record with Tristan and Lamar and all of them. And then, Kim's track record with her extracurricular activities, and now she's a lawyer.
I like it.
I think that's the narrative. And then considering, all the speculation with her and Kanye being divorced, it's kind of just like, let me just do this because I know the media watching.
Okay. And what about you, Gabe? What's your take on that?
So, I just want to put it out there. And we had a very big debate on Instagram.
Oh, 1,000%.
We had a very big debate on Instagram. Is it a coincidence when a billionaire man has a little side piece, a piece of ass, quote unquote? Mm-hmm. The only time you catch him with another woman, if he's allegedly in a married or another, if you catch him cheating, all them pictures are taken far away, like on them $10,000 lenses. And plus, what Kanye West, I know Kanye West was dating another female. We all know
Allegedly.
that. Allegedly. Do we see any pictures?
He's a Kanye advocate.
Do we see any pictures?
No, we don't.
But with Kim Kardashian is having a little fling with Pete Davidson, and I'm telling everyone, I fuck with Pete Davidson. I think he's hilarious. Not the best stand-up comedian,
goofy.
But I like Pete Davidson. He's cool as shit. But the thing is, I don't blame Pete Davidson at all for this because he's just a bystander. But the thing is, this is when it comes to how Kanye West said it on Drink Champs. It's the fucking publicists that all look like a publicist planned all this shit. Y'all holding hands, caught in the freaking Lamborghini truck. Fam, billionaires have enough money to not be seen anywhere. Kendrick Lamar is not even a billionaire, and I see this nigga 3 times a year.
True.
That is true.
So all that shit just looks naturally planned to me. Like, women, like, there ain't nothing more scary than a woman scorn. Like, we get it. You probably upset at Kanye. We don't know the reasons. But whatever you're doing, do that shit in private. And it even goes down to freaking, like, Jada and Will. I know Will ain't a fucking saint, but I've never publicly seen Will act crazy in the media. Right. Meanwhile, Jada is talking about Tupac, and you got August Alsina doing fucking interviews.
True. Yep, I know.
This woman, get your shit together.
And I mean, listen, this is what I'm about to say. I mean, no disrespect. Kim, stop trying to act like you're in your 20s. Close your legs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, okay. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
I'm gonna give the table to Cheech on that.
Kanye went to Drink Champs and said his divorce was not finalized.
It is not.
Fam, I don't care if you guys are legally separated. You are the mother of my child. You were dating or formerly married to a billionaire and a man of influence like Kanye. If you're gonna leave me, go get the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk to fuck with, because these are the dudes on my level.
Right.
Fam, you're gonna go get Pete. And Pete, you are inserting yourself in a situation that is out of your jurisdiction. Like, you don't know what you're signing up for. You clearly see how sane and crazy Kanye is about art, let alone about his family. You don't know what extent he's going to protect that.
Right.
And again, Kim, like, have some self-control. I get it. You have a brand of always swapping them out, like swapping them out. Like, you go from one to the next, and you want to have this free woman empowerment lifestyle where you don't sweat over no niggas and you just go to the next one. But it's different now that you are a mother.
Right.
You have to conduct yourself a certain way.
Right.
You might have your differences with that nigga. I get it. But have some respect for your family, for your brand. And I get it. It makes for good content because you got a show going on. I don't know where your bread is coming from, and you might have to keep up with your career more than your own personal life.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it has to be a point in time where you put your family over all that shit. And I feel like we've seen Kanye sacrifice his art, not making albums for several years to get better and to be a family man. And we haven't seen that kind of sacrifice from her side. It's like she's a working machine, and it's like that's all she knows, and that's all she's going to keep doing. My thing is, cut it out. Cut it out. Just cut it out. Because now it's like women be putting niggas in positions where niggas, I don't know if it's because of ego or she gets a kick out of two men fighting over her, but it's like at the end of the day, like, you playing a dangerous game. Like, you could get that nigga touched. Like,
right.
Pete looks like he was getting ass whoopings his whole life. He's been getting jumped his whole life. You don't want a nigga from Chicago to have a problem with little old Pete Davidson that's famous for being an SNL extra.
Bro, them
like,
GDs can go to Staten Island. But one thing, like Kim Kardashian, obviously it doesn't matter what I say, but you can get dick as you please. Just be mutually respectful and do it in peace.
Have some discretion.
You don't have to close your legs, but do it in private. That's all. That's what I ask for the kids.
But my thing is, even if like that's the case, it's like you're a mother now. I just want women to conduct themselves. Like, because if it was a man doing that shit, Kanye would have been crucified. Your divorce is not finalized. You out here with a side piece. Like, his career would have probably been over. Like, and you know the power of the Kardashian family. If when they start trashing men, you done. There's no coming back.
For me, Kanye's career was over when he decided to support Trump. But that's another topic for another day.
That's a good take. Cause I know there's a lot of. Especially there's a lot of people that still
2022, I need college dropout Kanye. If I don't get that, I'm never listening to his music.
I got a hot take. That's actually my least favorite Kanye album. That's my least favorite. Yeah.
I like college dropout. Graduation. Probably, I need that Kanye.
Okay.
That Donda
that was a take, boy. That was a take.
So we're about to get up out of here, but we will have one more take is that Art Basel is this week.
Definitely.
I want to ask everybody real quick how y'all feel about Art Basel. I'll tell y'all real quick. Art Basel is placed in Miami. So if you guys like the artsy shit, you guys like art, music,
fashion. You
just guys like to be outside, you like to show your ass, whatever. But Art Basel is dope. But I was thinking about it today because especially when you don't have the appropriate funds at the moment. Mm-hmm. Art Basel I ain't really missing much down there because what I realized too, when you at Art Basel, you need that to be. It's like most of the dope events is invite only. Mm-hmm. Miami's packed as shit, and there's a line everywhere.
Definitely.
And there's hella traffic.
Definitely.
Traffic for no fucking reason. So it's I might possibly be skipping Art Basel this year. I don't know how I feel about Sunday because Sunday usually there's less traffic everywhere. But I don't know. But how do y'all feel about Art Basel real quick?
To me, it's a hype fest. It's like you said, it's who you know, who's going to be out there. The only things the public really have access to is the to shop around and buy art, the street art,
Design
and
district.
and the vintage like halls that people be bringing out, and also concerts. Besides that, all the fancy dinners and all the exquisite like art rooms, like you're not going there.
You're not
like,
going there.
fam,
If you're not going to the Versace mansion, it's 2 weeks booked in advance.
Yeah, so
Swan is booked, all that.
The one thing that turns me off about Art Basel is the traffic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the foreigners, like, fam, you're not from Florida. Stop. You don't know how to drive. You keep crossing the road. Like, y'all niggas will get killed, like, for real. Like, I know you think you have your little off-whites and you're crossing the street and you look cool and you, like, it doesn't work like that. Miami drivers are already crazy, and you add people that are from out of town in the mix. Like, that's a recipe for disaster.
High key.
And I went to school in Miami, so I already know how you feel. But my take on Art Basel, definitely wear comfortable shoes, because I've been before wearing Vans,
A lot of
feet
walking.
screaming.
Yeah.
Second thing, if anybody's going to go, Cool Kai will be there. Please think of me, size 7.
Oh.
His
Black
shoes
on
are
business.
so
Black on
hard
business.
to come by. I have one pair, but ever
The
since...
gray joints, right? I
Yes,
think I've
once
seen you
once
post some
he
shits.
once he started catching wind, his shoes are harder to hit on, kind of like another sneakers release.
They're really dope, but just with me is I'm not a patent leather guy, like an all patent leather shoe. That's just not for me because they're just too uncomfortable.
So that means you're not getting the ones.
Nah.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
Gary.
Nah. You know me for 5 years. When have you ever seen me wearing all patent leather
he's
shoes?
switching it up. He has some that
Make
are
some leather, I'm on
suede.
it.
He has some suede ones.
Gary, I feel like if there's a colorway you really like in the
He gonna buy
patent
it.
leather, you're gonna buy that shit.
Oh, no. Like he has fire colors. Even the colorway he's promoting now is fire. It's just I just don't fuck with like patent leather ones in general.
It's what I always said. Like, even like growing up, I always used to watch 106, and like I used to be harsh on Terrence. I'm like, why is he wearing these shits? Like, you have access and you could wear whatever you want. The truth is, I feel like Gary falls in that same boat.
Do never compare me to Terrence J.
No.
I have some more respect.
No. I'm not comparing you style wise, but what niggas always are like, oh, I would never this and that until they start getting free shit from Jordan.
Right.
And now everything is dope. They gotta wear shit now.
Oh, I'm wearing that shit to my wedding if you give it to me for free.
Listen, if you had the access with less hassle and the bullshit was not there, I feel like you would get everything that you wanted, even just to have it in your collection. I'm not saying you would be wearing it every day. I'm not saying it would be a staple in your collection. But if you knew that nigga and he sent you a pair, fam.
And
It's a black-owned business at the end of the day. I'll support it. It's a black-owned business.
Cool Kai, if you're listening, watching, please follow me at T Swift.
West Side Gun is gonna be down there, which means Griselda might be down there. So I might try to go Sunday to catch Griselda out there if I can. But if I
luck.
can't, all love, be safe.
Y'all
don't
niggas
get
rich already.
killed. Yeah, man.
Still, man, good episode. Good
Yeah,
episode.
this was dope. I
Definitely.
appreciate you for not being shy, for
Oh.
not switching up in front of the camera.
Not at all.
For
Not
being
at all.
very vocal, and
Of
yeah,
course,
you did
of
not
course.
shy away from the takes, boy.
It's just, where can people find you?
Again, you guys can find me at TEE Swift and at fortheculture.tv on Instagram.
Nice. We appreciate you for coming, Taylor. We appreciate it.
Thank
T
you.
Swift.
Yeah, man, I go by the name of Cheech, aka We're Back, aka Catch Us Next Week, aka watch the episode when it drops on Saturday.
I go by the name of Gary, aka In Gary Trust, aka one half of the These Are the Aesthetics podcast, aka nigga, you not coming on the show. Stop asking.
All right, man, we'll catch y'all next week, man. Same time, same place. Yeah, man, peace.
Later.